Hello and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we're going to talk about another type of layout, which is float layout. So if you could see in this picture, that is basically a float layout. You could see there is no restriction whatsoever in any widget. So we have only used here basically a button. If you could see here, we have only the button here and a text field, so we don't have any restriction. That can be any way, so it can't be rigid. You can't just provide any position or any basically that cannot be just sustained at the one position. It can have no restriction. So let's implement this using the Python and a Kiwi language. So let's get into it. So open your PyCharm first, and just this is the basically the code for the previous lecture. So we can just create the new Python file over here, and I'll just say float layout and just hit enter over here, and this is basically our float layout. So basically you should just use some of the code that is really easy in order to just make use of this float layout. So first of all is to just import some of the Kiwi module, and that would be from kiwi.app import app, which is basically to use this app module for building or just creating the basically creating a child of our widget, so that it can be just traversed and it can also be rendered on our output console. So next thing is I'll just say from Kiwi, that is to just make use of this UIX in order to just use this float layout, and it should be float layout over here. And let's make the class now. So this class is basically our simple Kiwi, and here we'll just import app. That means we have an inheritance here. So basically we made use of this app in order to just define this build function, which is already defined by the developer in our app module. That means we can just define this build and we'll just return that is float layout. So now the main thing is to just call this is the simple Kiwi to run, and basically we make all of the widget with the help of the Kiwi language. So name equal main. Let's put here main. Thus this will be the entry point to our application. So let's call this simple Kiwi, that is our basically the class that will just return the float layout, and just call this run method over here, and it should be run. So this code should look mostly familiar to you. So the major changes here we have made is just importing the float layout, so instead of any other layout. And we have also here a simple Kiwi, that is our main class here, returning just a float layout, and basically we have a name equal main, which is basically a entry point for our application, and it will just call this run method on our main class, which is simple Kiwi. So basically we have just completed our main class. So now it's time to just implement the next Kiwi, that is our basically the file. So in order to just create that file, let me just create a new over here, and just remember it should be same as a name that we just create as a main class. So it should be simple Kiwi, and just give the extension as Kiwi over here. And let's now define all the widget for our this class, which is to just render this float layout. So in this float layout, the first thing that we're gonna have is we'll just have the button. So let me just define a button over here, and you know how to just define the button, and just give the colon over here, and just give the 4 indentation point or indentation level here, and just define the font size. So let me say font size, and this font size should be, let me say 40, and let me say color, and this color should be okay. So let me say 01. This is basically maybe for blue, so it is for green, it is for green. So next is size hint. So let me say size hint, and let me just give here size hint as 0.3 and 0.2. So what basically this size hint is all about? So size hint is basically a variable. So size hint refers to the hint, and it is the size of an element. So basically it refers to the hint that will just refer to the size of an element based on the portion of a total available. So if you have a available portion, that is equal to maybe the whole portion of this for our button that is in this our float layout. That means it will have a portion, that means it will just contain this much portion. So basically this will just refer to the size of an element. So we have here that is a 0.3 and 0.2, that means we'll have a 30% of windows wide and 20% of windows tall. So next is to just define the float layout over here. So let me say float layout, so you know the naming convention. So let me just give a 4 space again here, and let's start with just giving a button first. So let me say button over here and just give the 4 label again, that is use this text first, that is the text of our button. So let me say the text should be Python, so it would be Python here, and let me say position hint now. So this is important. So position hint should be as in dictionary, so let's pass this as in dictionary with the x and y element. So x element would be O here, and similar the y element should be also O here. So let's put this down here, and it should be O, and let's close this down. This position, or what you say, position hint, gives us a hint about the position or the position point. So it is basically measured relative to the value 0 and 1, where the 1 is completely something, that means you are just saying whole portion as in 1, and 0 is nothing. So we have given here nothing, that is a no position hint over here. So let's define another button that will be inside this float layout, and let me just grab this button over here, and let's define this button within text. So first let's give the indentation label over here, and let's define this text as in kiwi. Let me say kiwi over here, and it should be also the position hint. So let's give the position hint, and let this be position, and it should be hint, and this position hint here should be as in right and left. So basically what I do here is I'll just say right. So this basically, and position, that means you are just moving to this position, so it should be 0.5, so that means you are at the center. And let me say top, that is top position. Let me just go over here and just put top position as, let me say 1, so it will be completely at the top. So in this float layout, now we have a 2 children, that is the 2 button over here with an attribute of text and a position hint. And basically this position hint is to define the position or give the hint about the position where this button should be in the float layout. And basically this size hint is about the percentage, it should be tall or it should be wide. So we have to just now just save this code. So before doing that, let me just show you again the code that is for the float layout. So let me just go down here. So this was basically our class, and it was just inheriting this app, and our main class will just contain this build method in order to just render this float layout. In this float layout we have here as a button which is a children of this float layout, and it will just contain a text and position hint. So let's go to this run in order to run this module, and just select this float layout because the current module is the float layout. So let me just click here and let it load, and you could get here a simple KB. So one thing you can notice over here is the window is really resizable here, so you could just play around with this window. So it can be also suitable for the Android, and you can just go over here, and this is basically a window that can be suitable for any application. So, and basically what you see here is the kiwi and the Python. So if I just go back to this simple kv, that is our basically this kv file, then you could see we have a button over here which was basically this Python and the kiwi. And if you see here is the kiwi, that is a text which is basically at the right, that means it is at the center. And when you just say it is at the top is 1, that means it is at the top. And when you say the Python, so it is basically this position is considered as 0 and 0, and this position is considered as a maximum, that means 1 and 1. So if you just say 1 over here, and if you just put right is 1, that means the kiwi will just move to this side. So basically we have this font size, that is basically the size of the kiwi and a Python of this text. And you could see the color, so basically this color was for this button color, and you could see here was a green color, and the size hint was basically the width, or what you say, the height and tall of this button, or height and basically the length of our button. So that would be our size hint. So this was the implementation of the float layout, where you are not restricted to just define to one point, where you can just allow this kiwi to be just float around your console, and it is not restricted to one point. So this was the implementation of a float layout. So make sure first you just have a proper indentation level here. So if you just give here that is one space less, and if I just run this down again, you could see it is showing me error, that is saying this is not able to run because you have a error in this KB file, or in loading this file or building this file from this builder.load file. And it has also problem with this parsing this string. Basically it was over here. So let me just go again and make a proper indentation level. So if I just go in this button and play it again, then you could see we'll just get our app same as the Python file. When you go in this class and just remove this space over here, then you are just getting the indent expected. That means you have to just provide a proper indentation level, and you are good to go. So make proper indentation level over here, otherwise it will just show you some error about the parser, and it can also show about the loading the file from the generator. So let's run this the last time and show you the output of our kiwi, that is a floating layout. So in the next lecture we'll study it about another layout. See you in the next lecture.